to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Hey, my name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong for everything.
It's okay, Kamira.
For everything that I did. And I was just being a follower, following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize for everything because I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And I feel bad because
It's okay.
I gotta go through so much. Like, I wish I would never did what I did.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit. People think.
Oh, puppy.
Somebody I'm not.
Oh, puppy. A puppy name. My Baba. Happy. Are you?
I'm a different person than that.
Happy.
I think everybody, we've all seen the video. Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there. And we're all on the same accord that it was, we want, I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child. All of them children that was in that video was children. Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child. What grade are you in, Kamira?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
What grades do you get?
A's and B's, and I was homecoming queen. I'm the captain of the cheerleading team.
And you know that.
And I know I'm a better person than what I was yesterday. And I can make a difference.
And you will make a difference, right?
I will make a difference.
Okay. So whoever laughing, whatever that's about, I want y'all to know that this baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much our future. So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves. So we want to make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we here, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know, and that we are available to them.
And know that it takes a village. It takes a village to raise all these kids. This is not just one person's fight. And I want you to know, Kamira, this is not all on you. You taking your responsibility of the role that you played in this. And she know the role that she played in this. And I want y'all to know that this is not the kid that she is, nor will she let the internet turn her into a kid that y'all gonna try to say she is. So we are cooperating with investigation, or whatever needs to happen will happen.
And I think we had a pretty honest conversation today, right?
Yeah.
And you understand, like, it's okay to be smart. You're smart. You get A's and B's. You the captain of the cheerleading team. You was homecoming queen. You don't have to be bad just because you think it's cool. You don't have to do what other people do. Right? This don't define you. You are wrong. But this is not your end all be all. You can come back from this.
And you will come back from this.
You will come back from this. And everybody, like, give these parents and these kids, let's give them, the kids, a little grace. Let's get to the bottom of this. This is an issue in our community. This is why the term a village, it takes a village. It's a lot for a parent. I'm not a parent, but it's a lot for a parent. Like, let's let these kids take accountability, but let's not dog these kids. These are kids.
And let's make sure that we explain to these kids why it's wrong. A lot of these kids are each other influences. And it's so easy to say, oh, they being raised wrong. No, sometimes kids are being raised right. This child, she being raised right. She's being raised correctly. Peer pressure is something. We all experienced it. Peer pressure is something. We all experienced it. So we're not going to try to somehow take ourselves out of the equation.
And also, we can start an initiative. I think we're going to work with Kamara to start maybe a bullying campaign or something to raise more awareness, to let everybody know that this is serious. She know it's serious and that this not okay. So, yeah, and we'll definitely have some bullying, anti-bullying, even peer pressure. It's all the same. It's all one and the same. So
it's Chicago. It's a big city.
Yeah.
And we all we got.
But you also know you make your own decisions. Mm-hmm. When you get in trouble, you in trouble. You don't get to fall back on it because you're a kid. Yeah, we all know that. But you still have to put your best foot forward. You still got to do the best that you can. You still cannot put your hands on people, feet on people, or none of that. The only time you need to be putting your hands on somebody is if they touch you. Other than that, your hand's supposed to be on your side.
I just want to say this. Some decisions we make is not of our parents and what they teach us, but what we want to experience on our own. So it don't matter sometimes how you're necessarily being raised. Mistakes do happen. And if you have children yourself and they make a mistake, and I don't care if it's as small or big as the Bible, the Quran, or whatever y'all may read, whatever y'all may worship, one sin is not bigger than the next sin. And this is not Kira condoning anything. This is me holding full accountability for what is going on and me understanding that this is a child and that instead of being a part of the problem or talking down on the problem, that I'm going to become a solution to that problem. And I just urge everybody to do the same. So while you in your neighbor's hoods, if you in South Shore, you in Inglewood, you in Woodline, you in Jeffrey Manor, wherever you at, touch these babies. Let these babies know that you love them. Understand what's going on with them. See how you can make a difference because you can save somebody's life. And she understands, too, that this very well could have been a totally different situation. Y'all know me. Y'all for sure know Alita. And y'all damn sure know Naima, too. And know that we stepping 100%. So if that was us, it would have been a different situation, as well as her mother. So let's thank God that it wasn't that, because this is still our child. This is still our black child. This is still our future. And I will hope that if anybody was to make a mistake, that they was able to come on live in front of a bunch of people that can point and have that thumb point back at them but can't hold themselves accountable, that you would commend that from a child. It's adults that can't do that. So, Kamira, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, too.
And we love you. And we going to hold you in accountability with love and with honesty. And we expect that better. Absolutely.
It's not over. You know you owe that lady a debt. You going to have to make it right with her. Outside of all of this, you got to make it right with that lady and her family. Because you took the first hit. Regardless of who you was following, you still did it. Whatever you got to do to make this right, you need to try to do it. Okay?
So we're not going to make this long and drawn out. We got y'all. We're going to figure out how to get in the field, anti-bully, beat the bully, and just know that it's some real steppers that's going to be behind this, whether it come with girl mentorship, youth mentorship. It's going to be an answer to the problem. Real solutions. Not just problems.
No.
And on that, we out.
I'm just going to be real. Miss me with that weak ass apology. I want to note that you have 3 women directly in that room. Where were these 3 women, where were they at before this happened? What were you specifically instilling and teach? And this is what I tend to speak on a lot of the times when it deals with women out here. What specifically are you teaching your daughters? There are certain situations where it deals with men, and men need to be teaching their sons. We get that. We know that. We acknowledge that. In this instance here, we're talking about these young girls who dragged a pregnant woman and who was jumping that pregnant woman with sickle cell and also fighting her 2 youngest kids while she was trying to protect them. And this woman is pregnant. And you saw these girls jump this mother like a savage. And then you got the mother of this young girl deciding it's okay, take your time, babying her, coddling her. She committed a crime. She committed a crime for the whole world to sit up there and see. I'm just going to be real. I don't care what she does in life. This is going to follow her. This is going to follow her the same exact way when it deals with guys and they commit crimes out here. They might have took somebody's life. That's still going to follow them. No matter what good they do out here, they can come up with a cure for cancer. That dude that took somebody's life, everybody's going to remember that. Be like, yo, you a killer. A killer. And they're going to remind you of that. And you got to sit with that for the rest of your life. Just like she is going to have to sit with this for the rest of her life as well, too. No telling what damage happened to that child. No telling. We're not going to, nobody's going to know up until that child is born. Nobody's going to know until that child is born. Those kids were putting hands and feet directly on that mother. And you got these women up here with her having this weak apology, crying crocodile tears, and there are no tears. And I want to note to a lot of people, if you go back and pay attention to the first 10 seconds, she's smiling. And I'm not trying to hear nobody give me no excuses talking about, oh, well, you never know how people, act when they're in front of the camera. She was in front of the camera when she was putting hands and feet on a woman, on a pregnant woman at that, on a pregnant woman with sickle cell, protecting her kids. She wasn't acting nervous. Somebody said like, yo, we need you to go sit up there and swing on her. She looked back. She was like, word, no problem. Let me pop, 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 pop. She did that. And again, I'm asking, where are the women to specifically teach their daughters? Because I don't see them. Because if there were women out here to specifically teach their daughters, we would not have videos like this out here. And I tried to warn people. About this for so many years, trying to sit up there and tell them it's going to get to a point where you're just going to have to sit and you're going to have to look at it, and you're not going to have no black men out here to sit up here and blame. Because the main thing that's supposed to happen here is that when a little girl sees a woman, and especially a woman that is sick, a woman that is taking care of children, and a woman that is pregnant carrying a child, you're supposed to look at that woman as if they're the closest thing to God. You realistically want to protect them. You want to help them. You want to help to nurture, right? You want to help them make it to wherever it is that they want to sit up there and make it. You're not going to look at them with disdain, with any type of hatred or animosity, with any type of ill will. You're not going to want to condone or commit any violence towards that person because of how important they are. Because as you deem that pregnant woman with those children important, so shall you also deem that within your mother. And that should also have been shown, but it wasn't. I tend to wonder, as the mother decided to talk and some of the other women there, I wonder if this young girl picked up on those actions from those women there at one time or another. Because the one thing that I notice is that you have a lot of women out here that tend to, dress okay or nicely and all this other type of stuff, but they're still ratchet. They're still hood. And if you sit up there and cross that line directly with them, they will see you out there in those streets. And usually when it deals with a lot of these girls, the way that they tend to fight and go after people, they learn that from home. They learn it from home. So as easy as it is for those women there to talk about, oh, she's just a child, she's just a child, she committed a very adult act. She committed a very serious act. All of those kids did. You went after a disabled person that could not even defend themselves. Multiple times. You went after the kids as well. You attacked her unborn as well. It's crazy how they want to try to tell people like, oh, you know what? This is still a child at the end of the day, and you know, be respectful. Be respectful of what? She wasn't respectful of the situation that she was in. As big as she is, she didn't decide to sit up there and step back and step away and stand down. She didn't decide to defend nobody either. She went right along with everybody else. So that shows you the type of person that she is. And I like how they wanted to soften the blow. Like, what are you? I was, you know, head of the cheerleader. You know, I get, you know, good grades. I do this and, you know, I do that and rah, rah. I don't care about none of that. None of that matters when you pretty much attempted to put somebody in the hospital. Because that's what all of y'all did. Like I said, a lot of those kids out there, as they want to say, a lot of those girls out there were bigger than the mother and outweighed the mother. They were putting hands and feet directly on that woman. And I want to note that when I talk about these things, I always get a lot of women that want to pull up to the scene and try to tell me, but oh, the men. What about the fathers? And you know, where are the men in the situation? Where are the men of the community to sit up there and stop this from happening? Where are the women to protect other women from these young girls? How about that one? Where are the women in the community to protect the pregnant, vulnerable women, the women with multiple health conditions, the elderly women, from these young girls directly out here? They're nowhere to be seen. They're nowhere to be seen. Just like how now you see 3 women appear on screen after the fact of what this young girl did, right? They appear after the fact, not before, after. So again, I ask a very simple question. What are women out here teaching these young girls? I've asked this question for years, and I have not really gotten a solid answer. I've always gotten excuses, and I always get women pulling up to the scene and moving the goalpost. I'm pretty sure during 1 or 2 of these videos, or depending on how long I cover this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a woman come up here and talk about, oh, but the femicide rates, and this is just one incident. What about all the young black boys, and what about the black men that sit up there and rah, 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 rah? That has nothing to do with the story. So save that for a different comment section. Stop moving the goalposts. Stay focused directly on this issue, of which you can clearly go see online. You can see the full totality of the video, and it is horrific. It is horrific. Like I said, that should not have happened ever at any point in time. None of those girls should have been leading the charge at all against a pregnant mother. Against a pregnant mother defending her kids, against a pregnant mother defending her kids who also has sickle cell and who can't defend herself. And you want people up here to be respectful of that, of the actions that a person commits directly to, the actions that more than likely have been shown from the family, more specifically the women of the family. Like I said, I don't know the parents need to come through here and try to make an online apology, because it's not going to be good enough. It's not going to be good enough. There's nothing that you're going to be able to say to make this right. That woman, your kids have instilled and unlocked a type of fear that I don't think she ever thought that she would have to think about. This woman is not worried about any men out here that's going to potentially do whatnot or whatever. She's not worried about men. Now when she goes out and she goes to these schools, she's going to have PTSD because of what these kids sat up there and did to her. She's going to have PTSD because of what these kids did to her. She's never going to be right. She's never going to be right. So you don't have, for the mother, you don't have a solution. There's nothing that your daughter can do to reverse the damage psychologically that has already been done, that has already been conditioned just by the actions of not only your daughter, but the other young girls out there that decided to take part directly in it. And this is why I stated before that all of y'all need to go to prison. All of y'all need to go to prison. You're babying somebody who assaulted and could have potentially took the life. Could have potentially took the life of this woman's child because you decided that you wanted to knock her to the ground. You wanted to swing directly on her. You wanted to pull her directly by her hair. You wanted to throw all types of punches. You wanted to put all types of feet directly on her. You wanted to be as violent and as savage as you possibly could for no reason. For no reason. That mother never laid a hand on any of y'all. That mother was walking a distance way in front of y'all. And y'all decided as a group of hyenas to roll directly up and stalk your prey and decide to circle in and corner your prey and then start to pick apart and attack your prey. That's what they did. That was a planned, thought out assault by these kids that these parents want to sit up there and call them. They're kids, they're kids, they're kids. This one moment is not going to define you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And anybody remember Tookie Williams? I might have said the brother's name wrong, right? But he was a high profile gang member, did a lot of stuff. But once he was incarcerated behind bars, he started to change his life around. He wanted to basically get these young dudes who are in these gangs out of these gangs. He wanted to transition their mind frame the same way that his mind has been transitioned in that penitentiary, because he realized everything that he did led to a dead end and that it was wrong. And he was trying to save them so that they wouldn't go down his exact same path. No matter what good that he was trying to do, people will always be reminded and remember him for the terror that he was. Not for him trying to transform and transition many things, maybe even trying to save lives. Nobody's going to care about that. They're going to care about the acts that you did, the physical, the visceral acts that you did, that you committed against a whole nother person, a group, a family. And you're trying to sit up there and tell her, you're trying to baby her, sitting up there trying to tell her, oh, this doesn't define you, this doesn't make you. And then you want to, the mother want to try to levy the Bible directly in this situation, talking about, oh, no sin is greater than another sin and this, that. And come on, man, miss me with that. And I'm not trying to hear the whole thing with peer pressure. I went through high school. I went through the whole thing, quote unquote, peer pressure. And I didn't bow down to it. I didn't bend the knee to it. I saw many other students amongst my peer group that didn't bow down and that didn't bend the knee to it. So what are you talking about? Obviously, you're talking about your child is weak-minded. Your child is easily malleable. Your child can be easily trained by other forces directly out here that can send her to do the dirty work while they just sit back and watch. And the craziest part is the one that was filming, I could be, I could be incorrect, but I could have sworn the one that was filming was the one that sat up there and told her to go hit that mother. See how that works? See how the one filming got the clown to start, heading and being the whole main circle of the circus? See how easy it is? It's diabolical. So it doesn't matter that your child is sitting up there, quote unquote, making these good grades, they're cheerleader and this, that, and the third. What good is that when they're just going to sit up there and just follow everybody else? They can be as smart as they want to be, but still be weak-minded at the end of the day. And then what is that going to do? Nothing. She's going to end up in jail. If she doesn't already get there from this, she's going to end up in jail. It is going to happen. Like I said, because you have a lot of smart kids directly out here that are smart. They know a lot of things, but they still want to fit in. They still want to match in. They want to be made fun of. They want to roll with a clique, roll with a group. They want to be a part of the cool kids and all this other type of stuff. So no matter how smart they be, they're still dumb at the exact same time. They still would rather waste their potential in their lives trying to idolize or fit in with another group of people that really don't care, that will actually leave them behind and set them up for failure. And that's exactly what your daughter's friends did. They set her up for failure. A lot of them don't actually have anything on their hands. They don't got any type of dirt on their hands, but your daughter does. Like I said, you got to go directly with the problem, and the problem is you. The problem is the other women directly in that family who didn't attack this situation from the very beginning. Because if y'all were actually the same way that all three of y'all are in that room talking and trying to uplift her and speak, if y'all were there from the very beginning, none of this would have happened. If as fixated and as focused as you are on this girl at this moment in time, if y'all are like that throughout her whole life, it would have been a whole different story. Matter of fact, she might not even actually have been with that friend group. She would have been with somebody else. She probably would have been already at home. She wouldn't be walking with a group. She would have already been at home, probably doing homework, but that's not what she was doing. That's not what she decided to do. And this is also what it looks like when women, don't want to take full accountability on the things that happen under their watch. Because realistically, if you wanted to be accountable, this should not have been done at home. You should have called the news and let that be a press conference. Let some questions be asked. And then probably should have went to the police station to write down your side of the story. What, why, where, and when. Sat up there and made an apology letter, or I'm pretty sure it's too soon to meet with the mother. But like I said, there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot of actions that would need to be done in order for me to realistically believe that she changed, that she's not that person. The moment in time that I see somebody, I'm going to go back to what I said about the first 10 seconds of the video. The moment in time that I see somebody smile, why it is that they're giving an apology, I know you're a liar. I know you're a liar. I know you're up to no good. I know you're fake. I know you're a snake. I know you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Because the exact same thing that she's doing, she's more than likely learned that or seen that from the women in her family. Like I said, that's some crazy work. I stand by what I stated before. I want all of those kids and their parents directly in prison. I'm not mincing my words. I mean every single thing that I'm sitting up there saying, because the only way that people are going to learn is when they lose everything that is so precious to them. When people really have to face very serious consequences. Because no telling if that mother's going to face complications, somewhere during the rest of this year towards next year. Because things can sneak up on you. Things can happen. There was a black woman a while ago that was she was hit by an Asian worker at a beauty supply. That woman, if I'm correct, I think she later passed from the trauma of being hit. So all I'm saying at the end of the day is that we don't know how any of what we saw on camera is going to affect that mother and her child later on. We don't know. Things can happen very slowly. Things can, sneak up on an instant. It just depends on when it wants to specifically show up. But like I said, I don't accept this apology. It's not a real apology, because if it was actually real, again, you wouldn't have started off smiling. There would be no type of smiles at all. It's crazy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.